Community and YouTube, everybody else watching. I'm back for a long overdue vinyl update. I'm glad to be back with about half of my finds. There was just so much that I had to split it up, and I might show the rest in another video. Who knows when I'll get to that. But yeah, let's get right to it. I mean, I got some really interesting records here. I probably purchased about 345 since the last time. But I'm only going to show 3 because I just don't have time to sit here and go through every single one with all of you guys. But I'm happy to show these kind of 3 highlights. So I actually managed to pick up 2 copies of this. This is only one because I'm sending the other one to a friend. But this is on the, like in here, Yorkville Records. This is the Ugly Ducklings with Gaslight. This is from 1967. And it's a kind of rock, almost garage rock kind of song. It's a great song if you haven't checked it out. I got this one pretty cheap, so really happy to add that to the 45 collection. Next up, just going to set that down there. We have 2 Beatles 45s. Yeah, I usually don't show the Beatles, but I was super stoked to find these 2 singles here. This is obviously missing the cover, but this is a original, one second. Oh goodness, that was the wrong 45 that I picked there. Okay, moving on. This is an original, pretty hard to find Canadian pressing of a Beatles 45. Only have one Beatles 45 to show here. Got the original sleeve here. And this is the Beatles doing She Loves You. Now, you can read that there. This is the German version. So Die Beatles. And that's what that says there. And this is really a cool find. They're singing in German on here, but this is a Canadian pressing from the 72,000 series, which is a series I enjoy collecting. And yeah, let's get on with the LPs. I have about 20 to show, 20 or 30. Let's start off with an awesome autograph find. Sorry for the glare. This is Ian Tyson, his album from, I think, 1987. The album is a masterpiece, and it's got some cover, has some water damage. I don't really mind because I got it for extremely cheap, and it's signed. So this will go up on the wall back here in a frame, and I really love that album. Next up, this is kind of a interesting kind of Canadian group. This is in the shrink wrap. This is on an RCA Victor label, and it's from 1965. Next up, something kind of funny that I had to have. This is the Neil Diamond Heartlight picture sleeve. I really enjoyed this song. And here's the back. It's one-sided. Only one of the sides has the songs on it. Next up, great album here by Dean Martin doing Italian love songs, and I really enjoy this album. This is a reissue. I have an original, but this is on a capital orangey 1969 early 70s label. All right, so you get some great songs on that album. It's pretty perfect, actually. Next up, we have The Band with Stage Fright. I found this for $1. Cover isn't perfect, but it's just a great album that I really enjoy. Here's a nice album, another $1 album, Whitesnake from 1987. This is a great kind of hard rock, glam rock from the 80s. I'm sure you all are familiar with that one. And I just picked this album up on yesterday, Sunday. This is the Everly Brothers Reunion album from 1983 on Mercury. And I really enjoyed this album. It's a gatefold. Obviously, this is their reunion. And I think this is a Netherlands pressing, too, yeah. And this sounds so good. They do so many great songs on here. There's the back with the song listing. Check that out. And I was just blown away by the quality of that album. It's a great record. Definitely recommend it. This is an original Netherlands pressing of the Johnny Cash Children's album from 1975 on CBS Records. An album that I had the reissue from the last record store day, but I didn't have an original, so that was something that I needed to pick up. $1 find, an Elvis find, one of his greatest albums. Not, but it's got one good song on it, Animal Instinct, in my opinion. And I already had this. This is a mono Canadian, but I'm not going to pass it up with this bonus photo. It's one of the funniest pictures ever. And there it is, the bonus photo for $1. And I'll just put that there because I don't want to bend it. But there's our bonus Elvis bonus photos. And those, as you probably know if you're Elvis collectors, those bonus photos are totally what you look for. Here we have Wanda Jackson's second album from 1961. Another $1 find, and I really enjoyed this one. Some great rock and roll country kind of stuff. She's got a great voice. This is Glenn Campbell from 1972. Another nice album by Glenn. I pick up everything I can find by him. He didn't release anything bad, and it's still pretty saddening that he passed away. A couple 12-inch singles here. Great songs by Shaggy here, doing It Wasn't Me. This is a promotional single from 2002. You all know that song. And what else do I have here? My favorite, Countryside of Jim Reeves on RCA Camden. Solid country album. Solid artist too. I pick up everything I can find. Ian and Sylvia in Nashville from 1968. Great record. And next up, we have another 12-inch single. I've been looking for this for a long time. This is Johnny Kemp with Just Got Paid on Columbia. You can't go wrong with that song. Now, next is a reissue series that I definitely recommend. This is a Kiss album that I was missing, actually. I cannot find the original pressing. It's just too rare. This is the 2014 180-gram reissues. All you Kiss fans will know these pressings and how great they are. That's a nice double album, and I love that album too. The Blues Project from 1972. Cheap find. And we have one. There's another one here. Another one. Tammy Wynette with Divorce. Well, it's not. I guess you know this song. In the shrink wrap. I went to an awesome antique sale and found some great finds. Hank Williams Jr. and Friends on MGM. And it's not a duets album, but Charlie Daniels does some stuff on here with Hank and all the country greats. Next up, we have Buck Owens in London in the shrink wrap. Pick up anything I can find by Buck and his Buckaroos. It's just so good. George Jones, one of my favorite artists here. This is on United Artists from 1965, I think. And it's kind of a compilation. It's got some other artists on it too, but a Canadian classic in the original bag. Hank Snow with that awesome nipper sticker. More country here, one of my favorite genres. This is the debut album by, I just want to turn it here, by Alabama. It's kind of in this interesting kind of sleeve here. This is the original Canadian pressing. The US was on RCA Victor. Alright, my dog keeps barking. And next up, we have this great album here by Loretta Lynn from 1965 on Decca. And what else did I find? Kind of going to blow through these. This is an audio file pressing from Canada on A&M of Krista Berg. Great artist that I'm really getting into. I have about 15 of his albums already, and really enjoying it. This is a 1959 Netherlands pressing of this Johnny Cash album, Songs of Our Soil. There's our label. I should probably just bring these up here. That might be easier. I don't have to bend down so much. Now here's Johnny Cash, a really clean copy on the Sun label from 61. And next up we have, sorry guys. This is Dickie Lee on Apex. This is kind of more of his rock stuff. Of course, he's famous for Patches, but that's his rock material. Nice Goodwill find here. Dwayne Eddy on the REO label. This is a Canadian-only compilation from 1959. In really nice condition. Of course, it's got Rebel Rouser on it. But just what a great addition to the 50s collection. Here's another one that I've been looking for. $5 at that same antique sale that I was talking about. Ritchie Valens' second album. This is on the Apex label from Canada. It's in overall good condition. The cover, it has some splits. For its age and the price, I wasn't going to complain at all. And another addition to the James Brown collection. Get up off of that thing. And that's on the King label. Next one is a nice last three here. We have two Elvis and one Hank Williams Jr. This is a nice UK pressing of Elvis on Stage. Of course, it's got some creasing and such, but that's what you get from these glossy UK covers. Now, of course, you know, you can find this album pretty cheap, but this has the original poster in it that came out in 1971. I'm not going to fold it out. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big poster actually, and I didn't pay too much for the album, so pretty happy with that one. And a hard one to find here in Canada. This is a great album. Love Letters from Elvis. This is a Canadian pressing on the orange label. This is really hard to find in Canada on that specific label. Ending this video off with another country legend, Hank Williams Jr. This is an album I didn't have by him. It's from 1977. It wasn't necessarily his best album, for my opinion, but I am trying to complete all of his albums because I just love the man's voice. That's all I have for this video, VC. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for listening to my dog bark in the background. And I hope everybody's doing well. I've been watching a lot of great vinyl videos out there, and I thank you all here on YouTube for watching my latest vinyl updates. Stay tuned for more videos coming up in the next few weeks. Take good care.